In the shadowed alleys of Queens, where streetlights flickered like dying stars and sirens howled lullabies to the damned, the name Muggsy Siegel carried the weight of death. They called him the gravedigger, not just because he left bodies in his wake, but because he buried secrets so deep they never saw daylight again. Muggsy wasn't born into blood. He clawed his way into it. Raised in a crumbling tenement off Roosevelt Avenue, he was a runt, small, wiry, and fast. But what he lacked in size, he made up for in cold calculation. By 15, he'd already put 2 men in the ground. By 20, he was the personal enforcer for the Marzano family, a relic of old-school mobsters who believed in silence, loyalty, and punishment so permanent it echoed through generations. He wore black gloves even in summer, never left prints. Said a bullet was too quick, it didn't teach. He preferred knives, chains, his bare hands. Muggsy dug graves in the metaphorical sense, sure, but also literal ones, often beside the bones of those who'd crossed him. But this story ain't about his rise. It's about the fall. It started with a girl, as it always does. Lena Rizzo, eyes like storm clouds, voice like smooth jazz. She was the niece of Don Vito Marzano, off limits. But Muggsy, for all his discipline, fell hard. They kept it quiet for months, meeting in smoky jazz lounges and church basements. She was the only one who ever saw him smile. When word got out, it wasn't bullets that came for him. It was betrayal. Vito sent his top capo, Frankie No-Nose Moretti, to deal with it. But Frankie didn't want war. He wanted Muggsy's spot, his rep, his legacy. So he made a deal with the feds. Tipped them off to Muggsy's latest burial, a senator's son found floating face down in a Long Island marsh. The feds swarmed in, but Muggsy vanished. For a year, the gravedigger became a ghost. Some said he died. Others said he left the country. Truth was, he went underground, literally. Living in forgotten subway tunnels, safe houses in basements that hadn't seen light since Prohibition. But he wasn't hiding. He was planning. The final act played out on a storm-ripped night. Thunder broke the sky open as Muggsy returned to Queens. Face gaunt, eyes darker than before. He hunted them one by one, silent, methodical, biblical. No nose lost more than his nose this time. The Marzanos fell like dominoes, bodies showing up in the very graves Muggsy had once dug for others. He saved Vito for last. Old Don Marzano waited for him in the cemetery on Junction Boulevard. Rain soaked his silk suit. A shovel stood planted beside a fresh hole. "Is that for me?" the Don asked. Muggsy lit a cigarette. "You always like to watch the digging, boss. Figured I'd give you front row seats." "What do you want, Muggsy? Power? Revenge? You'll be hunted." "I want peace," he whispered and pulled the trigger. Lena found the letter a week later. No name, just a note in Muggsy's scrawl. "Tell them the gravedigger retired. But if the world turns dirty again, I'll be back, with a bigger shovel." Epilogue. Some nights the wind in Queens sounds like shovels in dirt. And the wise ones, they don't speak his name. But they never forget it, because legends never die, they just dig deeper.
To hear more stories like this, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in.
Me, you got your strap? Ain't nothing to talk about. Let's get it. I don't sleep on no beef. We ain't sleeping no niggas. You know I'm on top of everything, nigga. I come on your street. We just creeping yeah. Fuck talking, let that metal bang, nigga. I don't squash no beef. We ain't throwing no flags. I was taught to handle everything, nigga. I don't play with no beef. No, run in this crib and kill everything living, you hear me? If I want a nigga gone, he a dead man. Say my name on his song, he a dead man. Try to hide behind your niggas, that's your man's ass. I leave his whole body bloody, call him Red Man. Hit the